Are you struggling to get people to sign up for your event that's online? Are you struggling to get people excited enough about your program to give their time and their energy and their money to sign up for it? Well, I did an event recently. I got some good results, and I want to show you how I did it and how you can too. This episode is one that you want to take notes for and one that you're going to put into practice. Let's go.
Welcome to the Monetize Your Ministry podcast.
And you get a chance to interact with them. To me, that's full-time ministry.
Did I happy because task without Jesus is like a thief. It brings in itself and then opens.
I want to provide content and things that are going to help change lives, and I simultaneously want to receive a blessing from that.
Now here's your host, Kimon Hines.
All right, welcome to a special episode of the podcast. I'm excited again to always give you value. Today, this one is going to be very instructional, very how I did it. And I think in me sharing how I did it, you can learn what you can too. So before I go much further, I want to invite you, make sure you have subscribed to this YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel at Kimon Hines, because we put out content every week, sometimes more than one video a week. And my goal with this channel is to help you increase your income and your impact. And one more thing, if you find value with this video, please share it with someone. Someone else might be struggling with the same thing. Someone you know is trying to get the word out about something they're doing, and they need just the steps I'm going to talk about today. One other thing, before I jump into the meat of this, I do have a free workshop that's taking place this Thursday. I want to invite you to sign up for. It's a free workshop, how to make your first 5K in 60 days without needing to spend money on ads, without tech, without a huge social media following. So go to this website, www.monetizeyourministry.com/workshop. Sorry, monetizeyourministry.com/workshop. And there you'll find the information that you can get to register for that workshop for free. All right. I told you I'm going to share with you how I got 50 plus people to sign up for my paid online challenge in just 2 weeks. Let me take you back. I'm going to give you some background. I'll be putting up quite a bit on this webinar, on this podcast. Sorry about that. I'll be putting up quite a bit of stuff on here. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm trying to get all of this stuff up here. So a few weeks ago, I partnered with Pierre Quinn, and we put on this challenge, the Monetize Your Ministry Speaking Challenge. Book your first 5K speaking gig in just 90 days. It ran from January the 27th to January 29th, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. each day. And there was a cost. So I want you to know there was a cost for this challenge. It was $47 early bird, $97 regular price. And we had an amazing experience. Let me just say, the people who went through this challenge had some amazing testimonials. One we got from Dorian Stewart. Dorian said that because of the challenge, it encouraged her to make a follow-up on an outreach that she did to the bookstore in the Huntsville airport, and it turned into her being able to put her books in that airport. We heard from Adrienne Townsend Benton that she got booked on an amazing speaking opportunity. People got clarity. Some people are getting next level conversation. So the challenge was a success. So I want to just tell you, the challenge was a success. And I'll share with you later when the next challenge is, because maybe you want to get in on the next one. But besides the results that the people got, what was also successful is the people were there for the challenge. We had more than 50 plus people sign up. And again, I told you, it was not free, it was paid. And so I thought for the community here in this podcast, that maybe you have an event that you're putting on. Maybe you're doing a workshop, maybe you're doing a webinar, maybe you're doing a summit, maybe you're doing a challenge, and you want to find out, how can I get the word out? How can I get people to sign up for my paid event? Some of us are challenged. How we get people to sign up for our free event? But how I got people to sign up for this, maybe you're wondering how you can do the same. And I thought I would take you behind the scenes. I would lift the hood up. I would show you behind the curtain of how we got people to sign up for this. And I'll just tell you, in this world, What is short in supply for most people is attention. People would rather pay you money than pay you attention. We are very short on attention, and so many things are coming across our way every day. I'll tell you, some of my best friends, people who know me very well, at the end of the challenge, they found out about it, and they were like, "How? Why did you tell me? Or how didn't I know? Why didn't I see it?" And the truth is, everyone does not see everything. So you might think I posted it online. I posted the flyer online, so people know. I made a video about it. People know. And I want you to know, most of the people on your friend list or the people following you on any social media platform do not see most of the things that you post, right? It's a small number that they show it to. And if they like it, then they'll show it to more. But everyone does not see everything. I want to just maybe burst your bubble, but also educate you. So I know some people, if they had a challenge, what they would do is get a nice graphic like the one I showed you, post it about 2 or 3 times, and then go where the doors, open the doors, and want people to come in. But I just want you to know, Kimon, I call that lazy marketing. I call it lazy marketing because you just think that you putting the flyer, even how great the flyer is going to get people to come to it. But understand, people may not see it in their scrolling, or they may see it, like it, and not even pay attention or go to the link. So you got to do a little bit more in order to get people's attention, enough that you can educate them about what it is, and enough so you can call them to take action. So you got to get their attention, educate them, and then call them to take action. And I've found some tips that I want to share with you that you can do the same thing to get people to sign up for your paid thing. So here's how I did it. The first step is create buzz and curiosity. Create buzz and create curiosity. In us doing this challenge, Pierre and I, we have been planning it. We started talking about it in late November, where if you understand how the year goes, late November is Thanksgiving, then you go into the holiday time. So we had some planning, but we really started ramping up in the beginning of the year, and we had the dates, January 27th to 29th. And so one of the first steps we could have taken was to put out the flyer, but we did not do that. One of the first steps we actually took was we began to make some posts to create discussion. It's what I call stirring the pot. It's what I call getting people riled up even by questions and statements. And so I posted this thought-provoking statement, at least I think it's thought-provoking statement, to get started. And let me find it here. Posted this statement. Can't remember the date, but this is one of the first things I posted. I said, every pastor or ministry leader should have at least one talk they could deliver to a company and get paid for it. It's one of the first statements I made. And as of the time when I took this screenshot, which was a while back, there were 59 comments, 3 shares. They're more even now. And what I did is every person who commented, I responded to them, kept a dialogue going. I shared it on Instagram as well, kept dialogue going. And one of the points that I was trying to do was just even create a stirring about ministry and speaking, right? To create like this tension among the people that I'm going to go back to give them another step. So what I do sometimes is I'll ask a question. And I think I did ask a question with that one, but this statement, stir the pot statement, actually created some buzz and some curiosity. In addition to that, what we did is I began telling my community, hey, I got something coming that's going to address this idea of speaking and how ministers can get out to the marketplace. No details, no dates, no prices, just something is coming. And so for anyone who is thinking about doing something online, doing some sort of event, I want to just encourage you to begin dropping hints and creating some buzz before you actually put the thing in front of them. Because what that does, it actually is like the salt on the tongue effect. It's like you've created and stirred up something where people are saying, oh, I need something to quench this thirst. I need something to resolve this tension. And I'm looking for something. And here it is. You now provide the next step. So the first step that we took, and we actually did that for a little while, for a week, is we created some buzz and created some curiosity. We dropped hints, some sneak peeks, something's coming without giving the details. The second step that we took in order to get people signed up for this challenge is using what I call ground game and ear game to drive signups. Using ground game and ear game to drive signups. Now, this is me using both football and like military stuff, right? In football, the ear game is where the quarterback drops back, throws the ball, the receiver catches it, runs it in. It's the glamorous part. It's the part that gets the oohs and the ahs from the crowd. It looks pretty. I mean, imagine someone throwing the ball 40, 50 yards and then running it in. It looks graceful. Ground game is in the trenches. It's where the big people up front are locking arms and tussling and making room for the running back to run through. That's the person, they give them the ball and they run through it. And you got to balance in football air attack with a ground game. You can't just throw it all the time. They'll prepare for that. And you can't just run it all the time, right? They'll stop that. In military terms, it's, well, I don't need to go into that. The point I'm making is simply this. In order to get the word out, the next step, or after you create curiosity, in order to get the word out, especially if you're not using any ads, you have to use both ear and ground. And so let me explain what I mean by the ear game, because I think that's the one that we're probably most familiar with. The ear game is Pierre and I went live 3 times. So I posted a podcast episode. It was a repeat of one I did with Pierre. And I actually went through and stopped it, talked a little bit, educated, and then invited people. Hey, a challenge is coming. So posted, got some buzz going, said, hey, if you want more about that, check out this podcast that I did with Pierre that talks about this. I got on the podcast, educated them, had a discussion, and then said, hey, while I'm on live, here is a link to the challenge, and we have a deadline for the early bird, which is also a tip. If you want people to sign up, you got to give them deadlines. The reason you give them deadlines is we hold on to our money as long as we can. So if you don't give me a deadline, I'll register right at the end. And sometimes I'll think I'll come back to register, and life happens, life be lifing. I forget, and I never get a chance to come back. But if you give me a deadline, it makes me take action quicker. And that is better for me, the consumer. So you're actually helping them when you give them a deadline. If you don't give them a deadline, you're leaving it up to the I'll come back, I forget, and I miss out on an opportunity of something I need for me. And so we posted that podcast, and then Pierre and I went live three days in a row, right? January 12th to January 14th, debunking the myths of paid speaking, a 3-night conversation for ministry leaders. And what we did there is I actually asked questions to people. What are your questions that you have about being a paid speaker? They gave us their answers, took those answers, and then we took the top 3, and we would come live, be live every day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 30 minutes each day, 30 minutes or so. And then in those 30 minutes, we educated, gave value, and then said, here's a challenge coming up. So here's the principle, right? We're talking about ear game. Going live is definitely a hack. When you go live, give value. Going live is a hack because it gets people to engage with you. Now, some people might say, can I just post a video? You can. But if I'm watching a video, I might think to myself, I'll come back. But live, I want to interact. I post a comment, you respond to it. I ask a question, you answer it. It gives that sort of, I need to be on here. I can't miss this. But it also gives a chance for you to add value and educate and answer questions and, help them overcome some of the things that they might be even saying, I can't do this. And then you say, here's the opportunity to sign up for my free event. Oh, sorry, for my paid event, right? I'm so mixed up. Sign up for my challenge. So we used those 3 days. We did day 1, and then we told them we're going to have day 2. Day 2, we recapped day 1. We did day 2, and then we promised day 3. Day 3, we recapped day 1, day 2, and then we did day 3. And every day we're saying, sign up for the challenge, share this video. So we're live. People are sharing it. And so now what starts happening is there's a little bit more education, but there's also a little bit of movement that's happening. All right. So that's our ear game. We are posting content, the podcast, going live, Then sharing our story. So Pierre posted some videos and shared his story of being a speaker. So let me give it to you again. Post the podcast. We went live 3 times. This is our ear game. And I think we actually went live a 4th time just before the challenge, just to get some more buzz going. So posting content, right? And again, that content isn't simply the flyer. It's a video where you tell your story and you talk to your audience and you tell them, here is why you need to sign up for this challenge. It is you answering their questions, and always make sure in any content you post, you are adding value. Hear me on this. Don't just say sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up. No, add value and then encourage them to sign up. Because once you add value, people are thinking, I want more of that. So the ear game, we went live multiple times. We posted consistently. Like, you can't just post once and think people are going to see it. And then vary it, right? So we did post a graphic sometimes. And then sometimes I made a post. I wish I had taken a picture of that. It simply said, don't say I didn't tell you this. And then I posted some arrows down below, and the arrows pointed to that the challenge is coming up, or today's the early bird deadline, right? So posted consistently, and content coming out there, videos and posts and stories. The live 3 times in a row. The live was really a hack. But then let me talk about the ground game, right? The ground game, and I'll talk about it in a few ways. The first one is I did some email marketing. So I did send out 3 emails to my email list. And maybe you might say, Kimon, I don't have an email list. I get it. All right. So maybe you can curate a list of people that you can send an email to, blind copy them if you don't have an email provider, and just say, hey, I'm doing this, so send out an email. But don't just send one, send about 3 of them, because the first one, they might miss it. And the second one, they may pay attention to, or they might miss the first, second, but then they read the third one. But send out a few emails. So that was part of my ground game. But I'm going to really tell you the hack, right? Here's the real hack that I made. I'm going to give you one more in my ground game, and then I'll give you the hack. The one more is I had a community of people, and I shared, hey, community, this is coming. Everyone's going to know. I'm telling you before everyone else. So that's, again, an outreach to my community to let them know, sign up before everyone else. 50 plus people, trust me, it might seem like a small number. People are paying. It was a big deal. But then here's the last one, and this is the ultimate hack, but it's work. I made a list of 30 plus people that I felt needed to be on this challenge, could get value from this challenge. And I made an outreach to each one of them individually. I didn't send them a group text. I didn't send them the email, which, even though it's coming to them one-to-one, but me writing one email and sending it to a group, I didn't do that. For those people, and they might have gotten the email, and they might have seen the video, and they might have seen the live, right? They may have seen some of the posts, but I then reached out to them and I had a conversation. Hey, have you ever thought about this? Start the conversation. I believe you would benefit from this. I think your message needs to get out to the marketplace. Me, and I was over 30 and I lost count. So it might have been over 50, which might be, some math for you. If you want to get 50 people, you got to make 50 outreaches. Because you might say, well, should I just do only the outreach? No, do them all. Because here's why. The outreach, someone might say, oh, I did see that and I was interested. Thank you. I'm going to sign up. So everything works together. They might have gotten an email from you and then they get an outreach. They might have gotten an outreach and then they see the video. So do all of them. But in order to create buzz and to get people on there, you got ask questions, you drop some posts, and then you use your ground game and your ear game to drive signups. And I didn't put this on here. Make sure you have some kind of deadlines, because people respond to deadlines. Deadlines for when the price goes up, or deadlines for when you can't register anymore. And then number 3, recruit promoters to expand your reach. Recruit promoters to expand your reach. So I'm going to talk about this one here for a little bit. One of the things I know is I have a limit to my reach. There are only so many people who know me. But the people who I know have people who know them. And so if I can recruit some people who can share the word with their contacts, I'm now able to reach more people. Again, this is not using ads. It's just simply saying, let me use the law of multiplication. If I can reach 10 people, those 10 people can reach 10 people. Well, that exponentially now starts growing the number of people that find out about what I'm doing. So let me talk to you about what that looks like, right? So that's me. First of all, I actually reached out to a few people. One of them in particular, his name is Gamal Alexander, great friend of mine. I said, hey, Gamal, I need your help to get the word out about this. And he owned it as if it was his own event. Shout out to him. I'm calling his name. He messaged people individually. He posted it multiple times. He shared it in groups. He shared the graphic. He shared the link. When I shared it, he would share. He became a promoter of this. And you have people, I'm sure, who buy into you and the value you have that would be willing to promote the thing that you got going on. Maybe you're doing it online. Maybe you're doing it in person. But recruit some promoters that they will share the word, and they're doing it in an organic method. They may not have an email list. They may not have, they may not have a big social, but they just are excited and know how to get other people excited. Recruit those people. And then the second, in terms of recruiting promoters, is there's a person I've worked with. Her name is Athena Shack. She is an author. She's a publisher, businesswoman, a minister. I mean, Athena is just amazing. I just think the world of her. But Athena works with authors, people who write books, and some of them, right, will have the interest of now getting those book messages out as a speaking message. And so I asked Athena, would you mind sharing this with your community by email so that they would be, interested in signing up? And so this was a partnership. This is not someone I have not worked together with. We've worked on projects together. And so it's me leveraging that relationship, asking, right? And she could have said no, and there would have been no love lost. But she saw the value in it for her community, and she sent an email, and we had at least 5 people sign up from that email, which was amazing, right? And what I'm saying to you is maybe there are people who you're connected with that have an email list, that have a platform, that they don't mind sharing what you're doing with their platform so that other people can benefit. Because that's the thing. Her people are going to benefit from the challenge, and so she was willing to share. And lastly, this is an underrated group of promoters. Ask those who registered to share. Because once people register for something, right, if I get a sale on something, if I have something that I'm excited about, and that means once they register, you give them something that keeps them excited. Add them to a Facebook group, send them emails, keep them excited, then say to them, hey, would you share this with other people? Now, I don't know how many people signed up because of that, but I just know that's how people work. I'm going through this challenge. I think you would be great for it too. Simply ask them. That's my point. Simply ask. We don't know if they're going to say yes. We don't know if they're going to say no, but it's a no if you don't ask. So ask them. Recruit the people who've already signed up to become promoters. So let me give you the 3 steps again. Create buzz and curiosity, right? Before you even say, here it is, tease it out. Something's coming. I got a big announcement, right? And begin creating dialogue along the topic. Then use your ground game and your ear game, right? That's ear game, you're going live, which again, that's the hack. Go live, give value, then ask, share content consistently, various ways. Ground game, reach out to people, reach out, right? Use emails. And then step number 3, recruit promoters to expand your reach. Listen, I hope that you are taking notes and that you take action on this, because you have something to get out there. And one of the ways to get the word out is to host an event, whether online or in person. You want to add value to the lives of people. And one of the best ways to do that is with an event. And so maybe let me know in the comments below, which one of these 3, right? Creating buzz, using ground game and ear game, or recruiting promoters. Which one of these actually is the one that is most helpful for you and you're going to take action on, right? I want to know which one. Now, I want to tell you that we are running the challenge back. Pierre Quinn, I can't say enough about working with him. He has an amazing ability to help people understand, one, what's their core message, to debunk some of the mental lessons that and mindset stuff that we've put in here that tell us we can't get our message out into the world. And 3, how to go about finding speaking opportunities and getting paid for them. He has an amazing ability. His story is amazing. We're doing it again by popular demand, because there are people who said, hey, I didn't know about it. With all of the stuff I shared earlier, people still say, I don't know about it. And by the way, the reason I'm wearing this shirt, My Ministry Belongs in the Marketplace, is because I believe your message, your ministry belongs in the marketplace, and speaking is one way you can do that. And so if you would like to be a part of the next challenge and you're saying, Kimon, I don't want to miss the next one, I want to invite you to join the waitlist for the next speaking challenge by going to www.monetizeyourministry.com/waitlist. The waitlist to get on there is free. The challenge won't be free, but here's why you should get on the waitlist. 1, so you don't miss it, right? You're going to be reminded and you'll be the first to know. I promise you, no one will find out before the people on the waitlist. But 2, there's some discounts for people that we're only giving access to the first, like a limited group, because we're going to get more people this time. So a limited group are going to get access to the early bird discount. And we're going to give that promotion and that info to those on the wait list before everyone else. So if I were you, I'm talking to you now, and I know you got a message you want to get out here. So here's what you do. Join the wait list by going to www.monetizeyourministry.com, monetizeyourministry.com/waitlist, WAITLIST. I'm spelling it out for the people who are listening. Join the wait list now. We'll send out the info, and it's coming out soon, so you won't have to wait long. But get on the wait list so you'll be the first to know when the next challenge is happening. All right, listen. How I got 50 plus people to sign up for my paid online challenge in just 2 weeks. You can do the same thing. Take these steps, go put them into practice, and go increase your income and increase your impact.
Thank you for listening to the Monetize Your Ministry podcast with Kimon Hines. For more information, visit our website at www.monetizeyourministrypodcast.com. That's www.monetizeyourministrypodcast.com. Find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Please share this episode with someone who needs it. Let's increase our income and impact.